Good evening, my friends. This evening I'm coming to you with a couple of thoughts. My number one priority in life is my relationship with God, and He points me back to the humanity. I find it easier to talk to people about finances. Although I have not amassed a great quantity myself, which I never felt that I should. We will talk about that later, perhaps when we meet. Tonight I'm thinking about a friend who seems to be moving into the outer boundaries of employment because at 60 he's having some disabling issues. He, however, is not financially ready, and to be honest, he was not thinking about it. He figured he could work until he died. How long is life? We don't know. It's not promised to us. But what we do know is that we need to be wise and that we need to take care because we are supposed to be good stewards of the resources which God provides for us. Flip this camera and I put up these books and sources that I have used, that I have learned from. And I think they have given me some insight into developing a financial mindset. And each person needs to develop their own financial mindset. But as I have looked over these materials from The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, Millionaire Next Door by Stanley Danko, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Those have been good books. Dave Ramsey wrote A Total Money Makeover, and from that he's developed I believe he developed the 7 baby steps and then wrote the book, but either way, it can give you some insight to who he is. I like to find out about people by going to YouTube, and so YouTube and Wikipedia are often things that you will see me allude to. Some books that I read. I have a I had a Kindle subscription. I think I still pay something because I'm not sure if I stop paying, if I will have access to them. The Audible. This is Audible. Audible. I subscribe to them. I'll probably stop that at the end of the year. I've probably been with them for a few years. I probably have about 100 books or so. But I believe that is part of our personal development, our mental growth. And so I will continue to read, listen, and I have a YouTube account, which I had really more for the sake of learning than for what I'm currently trying to do, which is develop this channel. Because I think the channel is going to lead to something else. I may go into that a little more depending on time. I don't really want to keep you more than five or 10 minutes. All right. Anyway, so like I was saying, Dave Ramsey has been instrumental. He encouraged us to get out of debt and never use credit card or debt again. For most of us, we will need to be in debt to buy the first home, But his idea is once you've bought that first home, you shouldn't have to get into any more debt, because from there you should be able to save up if you need to move up in homes, or if you don't need to move up in homes, uh, you can save for whatever else that you need, especially if you're debt free. So he looks for complete debt freedom. Uh, and that's what the 7 baby steps are about. Financial Peace University is a method, I think it's under $200 that you can go to and learn the 7 baby steps and get into a community where you can actually discuss getting out of debt, etc. But if you check them out on YouTube, you can get some idea of what's going on there. The Money Guys, I like them also. They have the Money Guys show. They have the financial order of operation. They deal more with have more of an allowance for debt, but they acknowledge that is not a good thing. But that is something that you need to decide for yourself how you're going to deal with that. Brian Preston, which is one of the 2 money guys, has recently written the book, The Millionaire Mission. I've listened to that. I need to go back over it and read it a little bit more. J.L. Collins, The Simple Path to Wealth, is a book that he wrote basically for his daughter in terms of teaching her about finances. And his urging is basically to save money, not save money, but to invest money and invest it into S&P 500, basically. And so, again, it's a good read. And then Ramit Sethi, he has a YouTube series, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And then he's now developing the Money for Couples YouTube, and that's on YouTube. And he had a Netflix series, How to Get Rich. I don't think that's what he wanted to call it, but nonetheless, if you want to check him out on Netflix, check out How to Get Rich. The fact is, money is a good tool. It is a lousy master, and so are possessions. I honestly am trying to be frugal and live a minimalist lifestyle, but that isn't for everybody. So you have to decide, as Ramit Sethi would teach you, is to figure out what is your money dial. What are the things that are important to you? And then I would suggest that everybody should be building wealth. That means investing. S&P 500 or the likes are a good place to store your money, because if you live in the United States, for one, as long as the economy doesn't completely tank, where we aren't dealing with finances, dealing with dollars and cents, then you're probably going to be safe between FDIC insured and the stock market. I would also urge people, as Dave Ramsey and Money Guys will teach you, is to have an emergency fund. And different people argue different ways. I would say as soon as possible, get that $1,000, have that as emergency saving, gazelle intent to do that, and then move up to developing a having a minimum, get your finances to the place that you're balanced, that you are able to at least make the minimum payments on your debts. And while you're doing that, you need to cut as drastically as possible. So, getting back to my friend, uh, not financially stable. I don't think he's financially stable, but I don't know his details. And I do use the term friend loosely. As you know, one of my reasons here is to befriend you. And to that end, I have, we don't always talk about finances, but it's important for us to get to know each other so we can know when it's time to come alongside of one another. Well, I'm going to cut this as quickly as I can. With friendships, with relationships, we need to be able to collaborate. We need to be able to talk. And to that end, I think I want, again, for my friends to be able to talk to me about their spiritual walk, whether it is their walk with Christ, or if they have some other belief system. I'm interested in hearing what your belief systems are. Your physical health, again, I think everybody should be doing something physical, whether it is walking like I enjoy doing, or whether they are going to a gym and working out. Whatever you choose, I think you ought to be doing something physical so that you have longevity, because these are vessels that we need to be taken care of. Well, maybe I will go to 15 minutes. And these vessels we are supposed to take care of. Again, my basis of my life is my belief in God, my number one priority. And so I have the Bible that tells me that these bodies are vessels. They are not, I am not my own. I belong to Christ. And therefore, I take care of my body. Also, almost, if it is, I recently heard somebody said something to the effect, if it is health building, it's probably holy, something to that effect. In other words, if you're taking care of your mind, your body, your attitude, the words you speak, the people you socialize with, if you are doing a good job of that, you are probably doing things that are consistent with what the Word of God would be telling you to do. Or what we listen to, what we look at, what we desire, what we find attractive. We are human beings. And so we need to take care and deal with those areas in a right way. Now, at my age, 64, I find it very necessary to begin to focus my life, and I'm making some adjustments now as I'm reaching this 10th piece. I believe life is in 7-year increments, so that's a discussion for later. I'm almost out of time, so I want to say, try to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give me feedback. What happens when you subscribe? Hopefully, you'll get a message each time I upload a video. Until later, goodbye now.